Whenever something felt off with me, I usually told myself, at least I have a job. And for a very long time, it worked. Every time I felt uncomfortable, I would immediately remind myself that I have a job, and that's what matters. Until one day, it did not work. That same feeling came over me again, and I couldn't shake it off. Even though I knew I had a job, I still couldn't shake off the feeling that something was just off. And that's when I realized something that many working professionals question. Now, let me be clear. This video is not about you hating your job, because I am one person who loves the 9-to-5 world. I believe that it gives you freedom to actually achieve your dreams. It's the first step towards financial freedom. You need a job, you need that consistency and paycheck, because it allows you to save, it allows you to build, and I'm super grateful for the world of work. I do not know what I would have done without it. I bought my first house with my 9-to-5 job, my second house, my third house, my fourth house, while having a 9-to-5 job. So I do love a 9-to-5 job. But in the same vein of me loving a 9-to-5 job was also a scary feeling, because I started to realize that everything I had built was from this source. Everything around me was tied back to that source. And every time I would question, what if? Just what if? And the last 2 to 3 years has been so scary. Let's start from COVID. Like COVID, I remember very well how people were losing jobs left and right. I actually even lost my job during COVID, but I got another one back. But I remember when I lost my job during COVID, I was like, what in the world? Of all the times in this world to lose a job, it's COVID, where you can't go out, you can't, how do you want to get a job? But, thankfully, internet created another opportunity, and I was able to secure myself a job. And I think that was when I realized that, oh my goodness, what if you didn't get a job almost immediately? What happens? Would you still be able to pay your mortgage? Would you still be able to live this life that you're currently living? Now that's scary. But because I got another job almost immediately, that thought died down again. But it will come up once in a while where I'll think about it. What if I don't have this job anymore? What am I going to do? But then I'll remind myself again, at least you have a job. So live for the moment and appreciate what you've got. And I do appreciate the fact that I had a job when I needed it the most. But having a job does not solve the problem, because what if you suddenly don't have that job anymore? Now, while having a job calms you down and helps you feel better and helps you feel grateful and helps you live in the moment, it does not solve the what if problem. It doesn't solve the fact that anything could change tomorrow. It just calms you down. That's it. It helps you tolerate it. And that's about it. But here's the moment that everything changed for me. On this particular day, I had this unsettled feeling again. And when I tried to calm myself by repeating the same thing I always say, at least I have a job, I didn't feel calm about it. I felt actually uncomfortable. And I think maybe because I've said it too many times to myself. And at this time, my mind was like, no, it ain't working. You've got to look for something else to do besides just relying on this, because the higher you climb, the more you've got to build deeper roots. You can't go tall on one string, because when you fall, you are going to fall hard. But when you build across and spread your wings, you're going to be more sturdy. And when you fall, you're not going to fall completely flat. And that's when I knew I had to do something about this feeling, this discomfort that always comes from time to time. Now, something I also realized that I'd like to share is this. Your job is not the problem, because my job wasn't the problem. The problem is when we rely solely on that one job. And every day, I've come to realize that it's actually the wrong thing for us to do as working professionals. Because I'll share a quick example with you. One of my businesses is not doing very well in 2025. We had very low moments and, not very great moments. And it wasn't, the books wasn't really what I expected. And as I'm reviewing the books going into 2026, I obviously have to figure out what to do, how to stay afloat, how to make, more money, this coming year. And what do we need to do? And I've shared this a couple of times, with friends, family, and even students that I coach and I mentor. When you're a working professional, you always have to have this thought at the back of your mind. So what if things change? Because things could truly change. And I say this because going back to this business, as I'm looking for how to stay afloat, one of the things I am looking at are the expenses. I'm looking at the big numbers. What is costing me so much? And can I do without it? And one of the biggest expenses that any organization is going to have will be labor costs, the amount you're paying to the people who are working for you. And so when you're trying to cut down your cost, you would always look at that number. And that's when you start looking at, roles that are no longer serving you, or roles that do not keep the lights on, or roles that you can do without. And then you start looking at the people behind those roles. That's when it hit me. That's the same thing that was going on in the corporate world when I was working. And, that's how decisions are being made. Companies are struggling and you suddenly hear this massive layoff. It's because they're trying to preserve themselves. And that's why I always felt unsettled, because I knew, especially maybe when I was working for a company that I knew that their financials wasn't so good, maybe they released their quarter and you see how, shareholders are complaining, and you start thinking, how does that affect you as an individual? If this company is struggling, it's only a matter of time before it trickles down my way. And so it's very important that we are also thinking of ourselves. And while we love that job and should keep our job, we should start thinking of other things that can bring us income, so that if anything happens, we're not totally stranded. And if nothing happens, good luck to you, right? That's more money in your pocket, more money in your portfolio. And it's an amazing feeling. And that's the right place where we need to be at. So if you're in this same space where you feel uncomfortable, where you are suddenly feeling like having this one job no longer feels safe, even though I earn so much, it's scary because my life is built around this. If something happens, would I be able to pay a mortgage? Would I be able to pay my car notes? Would I still be able to afford this lifestyle that I have for myself? That's the real question we need to be asking. And if you're not confident that you can live that lifestyle, then it's time for you to wake up and start thinking seriously of what you need to do next. Because just thanking goodness and thanking God that you have a job and you're not amongst those that were laid off yet is not going to hold true for very long. And that's the sad reality. Having options is the best feeling in this world as a working professional. You've got to have options. One job should not hold your destiny. One job should not control your entire finances. You've got to step out of that mindset and start looking for how to build for yourselves. Now, I know that not everyone is probably going to be an entrepreneur, but at least you can start with savings. You can start with buying stocks. You should start with figuring out how to multiply what you already have. So even before you start thinking of, a business or whatever it is that is out there, are you saving? Do you have 3 to 6 months emergency saved up somewhere? That's an option, and that's freedom, and that's where you want to be. And if you've passed that level where you have savings, but you're still worried that, okay, if I lose this job and I run out of my savings, I've not found myself a job, what next? I'm on LinkedIn every day and I see how people have been looking for jobs 9 months, 10 months. That feeling is horrible, and it's time for us to wake up. So I hope that this video wakes you up where you don't overlook that feeling and staying in that frame of, at least I have a job. That would not hold true forever. So you've got to think of what's next. What's going to happen tomorrow, next month, next year. That's where we need to be at. And I hope that you're able to stay long on that thought, because when you do, you'll find how to build yourself options. All right, so that's it, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe. My name is Yinka Okunlade, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.